Hello, Southwest Florida. It is a thrill indeed. This is Lee Pitts Live, and we're here at the Quality Life Center. Where in Southwest Florida is Lee Pitts Live this week? We're at the Quality Life Center of Southwest Florida, the gateway to the community. And speaking of gateway, we're in the gateway room to the Quality Life Center. I'm sitting here with a Quality Life public relations representative and the executive director, Abdul Haq Muhammad, of course, Shari Armstrong. And we're just going to kind of catch up with the Q. Let's start off here, Shari. The Q. What is happening at the Q as we speak today?
Well, right now we're in the middle of after school, and within our after school programs we have a lot going on. We have a science room, we have art where the children are learning how to make sculptures out of everyday materials like hangers. We had dance going on a little before you came. Our teens are in the teen room, they just finished homework, they're getting ready to have some downtime before they go into their program. I mean, it's just on and poppin', as the kids say, and we're getting ready to transition into our evening activities, which include the teen program and martial arts. So right now, even in this hour, there's so much going on right here in the program.
Now, I haven't gotten a chance to talk to you since that fabulous Fashioning the Future. What has been the response from the community since that event took place?
It's actually been an outpouring of support. Most recently, we've received many performances since then. So we were invited to perform at a couple events as well as a talent show where we took home first place. Our girls were awesome and they stole the show.
Q kids are going to always win. Now, I did see that on the social network, so that's great. Tell us about the event they took first place home in.
Sure, this was the Learning for Life Southwest Florida Talent Show. So it's a great opportunity for local organizations, including the Q, including nations, to come together and show off their skills. And there were some talented children out there. We had the overall winner was a 6-year-old child from Southwest Florida. She did a fantastic job. There were different solos, and of course there were group performances brought to you by nations and the Q. And it was overall a celebration of talent within our community.
And it's fair and it's good to say always that you are a product of the Quality Life Center.
Absolutely. The Q belongs to me. I love the Q. I grew up in this program from the time I was about 6 years old, participated in dance, and of course, if you haven't heard by now, I was on the Lee Pitts swim team. I was a SEAL. So it's out there in case you haven't heard it before from Lee Pitts himself. And I have benefited from the programs that the Q has to offer, which makes it a lot easier to come and share with the community about the benefits of the Q and what the Q is doing to enrich and enhance and change lives, transform lives within the community.
That's right. And I always say, when I talk to her, I just call her swimmer, because that's what she was to me, the swimmer. Muhammad, Abdul Haq Muhammad. The 25th anniversary of the Quality Life Center is rapidly approaching. When you think about that, first of all, when you think about 25 years of the Q being a staple in the community, what stands out to you?
I think, Lee, what stands out is that your cameraman right now is a Q child. Our representative of public relations and the official spokesman of Quality Life Center was a Q child. And we're very proud of her to see so many people. We had a Q alumni come back, teach stocks and bonds to our teenagers. Napoleon Robinson with Edward Jones Investment Company. We're just proud of seeing what has occurred with your involvement as well. So we have young people all over the country who are being productive citizens in this society.
Now, as we speak, we're going to take a slow panoramic view of the gateway to the Q. We ask our cameraman to start a slow pan and kind of pick up some of these pictures all the way back to Barack Obama. Gateway to the Q. I think when you first walk in here and this room captures you, it's like coming into a big place and you say, hey, let's wow them when they first walk in. Tell us about what we're looking at, Mr. Muhammad, in terms of just an overall art and these things for the kids.
Yes, this area is called the Great Room by many people. It's a multi-use, multi-purpose use facility that has a state-of-the-art pool table, a teenage lounge where our teens come in. They do homework on laptops that we provide. They have an opportunity to socialize with one another, to come to a safe place where there's a loving environment and a supportive environment for them. You may hear voices on the other side of the petition. That's our early learning program, where we have children from 2 to 4 years of age. Upstairs, we have a number of children right now receiving their dinner. All of our children eat a hot dinner every day. But this facility here reflects the years of activities. We have your photo up on our board there. We have our teenagers and youth pictures of them camping, boating. So it gives a person an understanding of what the Q is all about.
Outstanding. This building, I remember the days, this is before Shari was actually born. I remember the day we came in here to do what was called sweat equity, Muhammad. Remember that? We came in here with shovels and hammers and pitchforks and whatever we could get our hands on to just start knocking down things. That was the old nightclub that had decayed in here. You remember those days? What do you remember most about that time?
Well, Lee, it was an environment that raised some questions whether or not we should be here or not, first of all. But as an organization, the vision that existed enabled us to transform this facility into an environment of hope and inspiration, that thousands of children have now come through this program and are doing wonderful things in society. So it brings back a great deal of memories.
Okay, that's excellent. We'll be back over there to you in a second. Shari, the transition from having left Quality Life Center, gone off to college, choosing to come back to where your roots started, how easy was that decision to make, and how has it been for you? How fulfilling has it been for you?
Fulfilling, I don't think words can describe how fulfilling it's been for me. When I see children gain confidence, when I see how they may start when they come to the program, they participate in martial arts, they participate in dance. Not only do we see progress in the arts, but also progress in their academics. When a child comes to you and says, Ms. Armstrong, I raised my grade in reading from a D to an A, that right there is bigger than any paycheck one can ever envision. To know that you are enhancing the life of a child and making a difference, there's nothing like it.
Tell us about donations to Quality Life Center and the website. We're going to try to have that website on the screen as well. But tell us how people can make donations, particularly coming here up on the 25th anniversary. I want to right now since it's the 25th anniversary, I want to donate my $2,500. That's my challenge. Let's go.
Well, thank you, first of all, for your donation and your continued support of Quality Life Center, not only as a board member and as a swim instructor, but as a cheerleader and ensuring that other people get to know what we're doing here. Donors can visit our website, www.qualitylifecenter.org. They can find out more about our organization, and there's an opportunity to donate right there on our website.
I love it. Muhammad, are we as we sitting here right now, are we at 25 or that right around the corner?
The 25th year officially comes in November. That's when we're expecting to have our 25th year celebration. And so we're beginning to assemble various sponsors that may be interested in celebrating this monumental achievement of institution here in the community that have served thousands of people. Okay. So we're very excited about that.
So it's fair that I'll be kicking it off with that 2,500.
I think so. That's exactly what you're doing. Matter of fact, there would be no harm if all of the supporters and fans of Lee Pitts matched that $2,500.
Okay. That's the challenge, folks.
Get that happening. Okay. Yeah.
It's tax deductible, nonprofit, going to a worthy cause. Of course, you guys see me all around Quality Life Center all the time, and you might think that I'm biased because I spend so much time in Quality Life Center. I am biased. I'm biased towards something that I know that is great, something that I don't have to research. I've been here since inception, and I'm not going to say it in public, but I will say that the name, the Q, had something to do with me a long time ago. I'm not going to get into that. Nobody wants to get caught up in that. Okay, now, but I know. Okay, now I'm seeing like boating. What I'm seeing when I come here is the non-traditional activities. We're accustomed to basketball, baseball, football, but we're seeing non-traditional things that I was fortunate enough growing up in the inner city. I got exposed to non-traditional things that inner city kids get, tennis and swimming and all of that. And I love seeing that here. You guys make sure those types of things happen, right? Tell about some non-traditional things that inner city kids get that they would normally get, like canoeing and things.
I appreciate the word you used, which was expose, and that's a big part of what we do. We provide exposure opportunities to all of our students. In particular, you mentioned boating. That's something we do with our teen students and our older after-school students. In partnership with Edison Sailing Center, we take them right out there in the Caloosahatchee River. They learn how to kayak, they learn how to operate other boats, and then to use those skills to give back to their community. So those 2 islands that are right there on the Caloosahatchee River, they've boated out to those islands. They've done a island cleanup where they actually went out there, picked up trash, and transported it back to the mainland so that it could be properly disposed. In addition, we go camping. We take these kids camping. I don't know about you, but I never went camping. So this was an opportunity, is an opportunity for our teens to get to experience what's that like. And they don't sleep in cabins, and they're not air-conditioned cabins or anything like that. They sleep in tents, and they have the full experience of going camping, boating, camping, college trips, college tours. We want to expose them, let them understand their potential and the opportunities that are out there for them to latch onto and reach for the stars through those opportunities.
And one of the things I noticed, Muhammad, is that we still have the martial arts program, which is solid. We got dancing upstairs. You got a whole lot of things going on that partners and different people work with you to make them come to a reality. Talk about your partners.
That's right. We're blessed. Our partners are the bedrock of the various activities and the level of reach we have in the community itself. Partners who value our vision. And one of our wonderful visions is the personal and community transformation. In other words, simply, we expect people's lives to change. And we do that by demystifying the world for young people so that they recognize they have a place in society. And so our partners, we stand on their shoulders, like yourself and many others who allow us to reach high and reach far, that brings resources to this community so that young people realize that they have options, they have alternatives to the streets.
And you guys have never heard me say this on television. Some of this stuff I don't say. And Shari, this will be your first time hearing this. So I remember about, I don't know, maybe 14 years ago, Muhammad called me up. You'll have to refresh your memory. So, brother Lee, we need to paint the building. You remember that? He called me up. I was in Fort Lauderdale. Said, we need to paint that building, Lee. The Q needs a paint job. Was that 14 years ago or maybe a little longer?
I'm not sure, but you're accurate about the event.
He said, I said, well, we need to get together on a fundraiser to get the building painted. I said, how much it cost to get painted? And you told me how much it cost. And then I said, that's okay, I'll just mail you a personal check. And nobody knows about that. It never was talked about in public until right now. I just figured I'd just let people know that we all have to contribute and help out to a worthy cause in our community. And you don't have to, it doesn't have to be publicized all the time. But this is years later, so don't say you're talking about it now, Lee. You're talking about it now. But it's just making a point that we got the building painted. I think that was the first new paint job?
I think it was the first paint job from the original one.
That's right.
Yes. And, an organization, a facility like this is organic. It constantly needs refreshing. It constantly needs resources. You just can't receive it one time and think it's done. We've been blessed by this wonderful community of Southwest Florida, Fort Myers, to raise $1 million that enabled us to pay off the debt. And that support came from many, many people. And as a result, these children have a facility, an institution where they can grow and develop. But that continues. And so this year, we're looking to make another stretch that will help to sustain and perpetuate the efforts that we're making here at the Q. So your announcement is appreciated because we need more contributions to continue.
Muhammad has come a long ways. Bonefish Grill has been a big help to you. Plug them.
Bonefish Grill is our annual event that allows us to acknowledge some of those very people that we're standing on their shoulders, people like our board who have taken giant steps to sustain this organization, and many, many others. So that allows us to say thank you. to have a wonderful opportunity of socializing, and then our annual gala. And we have other opportunities where people can come and see what's going on.
One of the things I noticed is I actually just rolled up on the queue today. Wasn't organized folk. I can roll up on the queue. We just rolled up on the queue, and it was an open house. Is that the general feel that the community has about this building?
Well, the community knows that this is a community-friendly environment. Not only are children here benefiting from the various services, but we have people walking off the street seeking assistance, seeking aid, seeking guidance. We have parents who are volunteering and other volunteers that are here. If you stay around a little longer, this whole street will be jammed with cars because parents are coming up to pick up their children. Then you see another wave of people participating in other activities as well. And so this is a community-friendly environment. It's a community center, period.
In a few minutes, I'm going to be interviewing the gentleman who's holding our camera. I heard you bragging on him early on, so let me have you brag on him before I interview him.
Well, this is Jeremiah. Jeremiah has been with us for a number of years. And when we talk about transformation, he's one of those examples. We're so proud of him. He's a AB honor roll student. He's consistent. He's athletic. He's an intellectual. And we expect that he will go far. And he was able to pick up that camera without any coaching and steadily hold it in order to provide a professional interview right now. That doesn't come out of the blue. That's because with Ms. Shari's assistance and many others, he's been exposed to journalism. He's been exposed to that. So we're very proud of Jeremiah.
Yeah, that was one of the things I think he told me he was in some kind of telecommunications something. He was like, I don't need any direction from you, leave here. Shari. QLite, I think it is. See, I read all that stuff. What is QLite?
The QLite program stands for Leaders in Training for Excellence. Jeremiah is a member of that program. That's our teen program. It's for children ages 13 to 17, 18 if still in high school. And it's all about encouraging the students to become leaders within their community. Not to just do well and be okay, but to become leaders, to maintain transformation within their community and beyond. So the teens that I mentioned earlier, when they come in here, they get their homework done. We have tutors, we have retired teachers, we have FGCU professors, FGCU students who come and tutor our children. In addition, once they participate in that program, get their homework done, in the evening time, they're participating in a plethora of exposure opportunities. From weaving to State Farm, we received a $26,000 grant from State Farm.
I think I read something too about the Miami Dolphins giving something too. Elaborate on that while I'm here.
Correct. One of our Light students, James, received a $5,000 scholarship from Sun Life Financial and the Miami Dolphins to assist him with his college courses that he will be taking very soon.
Now, I cut you off, so go back and finish up the State Farm piece too.
Right. So our students, our Light students, received a $26,000 grant from State Farm. This was a proposal that they wrote in conjunction with our grant analyst, and together they are launching a program. It's called the BEATS program, Better Eating and Training Solutions Within the Community. So it's a health initiative focused on diabetes, high blood pressure, and obesity, and reducing the prevalence of those diseases within our community. So for instance, one of the opportunities they took was Martin Luther King Day, Dr. Martin Luther King Day. They were out there in the community, they created smoothies, and they were sampling those smoothies to the community and saying, hey, it's not that hard to get healthy, and it tastes good. You can make healthy things that taste good and maintain health, or bring healthy options to your family. So that's one of the initiatives our students are taking on. And in addition to that program, they're learning marketing skills. They're learning audiovisual skills. They're learning mathematics and what it takes, nutrition skills. What we do is project-based learning in all of our programs, especially within our teen program.
Outstanding. Now, Mohammed, is it fair to say, I know it seems like a stretch, but has Quality Life Center outgrown this building?
In many respects, yes.
I would. It's hard to believe that that's just that happened. I mean, when we first came in, we thought it was like a big building. Go ahead.
Yeah, in many respects, yes. Though we have an area for our teens have already outgrown that environment, and so we're looking for creative ways to expand. We've submitted a proposal that will enable us to expand parts of this building to give our young people their own environment. We've considered the property that we have at the end of the block to build a standalone facility. So we're exploring those options. We actually could accommodate many more young people. We've had to obviously become fiscally conscious in terms of managing our dollars and simultaneously being true to providing services for children and young people who need it. And so that's a balancing act. And so we do need to expand, and we're looking to do that in a responsible fiscal way.
I'm loving this. Before I go back over to Shari, one final question to you, and I got one more for Shari. Those who are looking at us, Lee Pitts Live airs throughout Southwest Florida. What age categories does the Quality Life Center provide services to? And when you mention those ages, give me a couple of things that happens in that age group, like when you say K through whatever, what happens there? And so through whatever. Give me a little how you do stuff for them.
Well, we begin with our early learning program. We start at the age of 2 years old.
Potty train?
Potty train, exactly. Exactly. That age is important because that's the formative years where the brain is developing. And the levels of curiosity is at its high. And we want to create an appetite where children have an appreciation for knowledge. And so it's important to start at that age. That's a foundation age. And then from K to 12, working with children, being right there as life challenges them. They need people to be right there with them, interpreting life and life's challenges. And so that aspect is very, very important. And all of the various activities that Shari shared a little while ago. And then in preparing our teens for life, that's vital. This is a well-disciplined young man, incidentally. No one stands like that without a mental strength, and he's been prepared to have exactly that. And we're very proud of him and our other teens. So all of those levels are important, that we are there for our children so that we can see a great future for them.
Outstanding. And Shari, when and wrapping this up, when we go upstairs, I remember in the past now, I would go in what looks like a classroom, a music room, a computer lab. Give us a visual tour of the Quality Life Center upstairs.
When you walk upstairs, you're seeing those exposure opportunities that I talked about. Right at the top of the stairs, to your right, you'll see the tutoring room. Our students, if they need help in any specific subject or if they have additional homework, we have an instructor that's specifically dedicated to that. We have the computer lab, where our children are learning basic research skills, and our older students are exploring how to build apps for the Android market. Right next door is our VPK classroom.
Also in that computer room, we had some stock market stuff that went on. I just want to plug that. Muhammad was excited about it.
Sure, and that stock market instruction came from our Q alum, Mr. Napoleon Robinson, financial advisor at Edward Jones, taking the time to come back into the community and work with our teens, teaching them about long-term planning for their money. The computer lab next to that is the VPK classroom. And then we also have our art room, our science room. And in the main area, we teach dance and martial arts. And in addition, our students also meditate every day at 4 o'clock before entering into those specials. You
were telling me a story, I think it was about a year ago, on how you ended up with that wooden floor in there. It was by some kind of miracle, but it worked out. Tell that story to me. I can't remember the details, but you don't know I remember you telling me that.
We did have a guest come in, and we gave him a tour, and it ended up that he was looking for a place to give back. His wife was a dancer in Chicago, and he was looking to build a dance studio, provide a dance studio to an up-and-coming arts program. Well, we were in the process of rebuilding our arts program, and when he saw our students, when he saw that area, he said, "This is the organization that I want to gift this dance studio." So we got the brand new dance floor. We have the mirrors, we have the studio equipment, and if you walk up there, you will see a beautiful picture designed and created by Jan and Keisha. And up there, you'll see a tribute to his wife, Mrs. Toll, as the children call her, in remembrance of his wife and what she contributed through dance, specifically classical ballet.
All right, we appreciate that contribution. And we're gonna leave now. When we come back, we're gonna get a chance to talk to a Q student that we've been making reference to. He's standing up here, and I hope he can make those subjects and verbs agree like we've been bragging on him. Also, everybody, don't call me trying to get $2,500 because you heard me saying I was donating to the Q. You got to be around for 25 years. This is how you can qualify for $2,500 from me. Be around for 25 years, providing excellent service to disadvantaged kids in the inner city, be a nonprofit. Your executive director have to be named Abdul Haq Muhammad. Your public relations person has to be named Shari Armstrong, and all those kind of things. So if you got that, give me a call. You can get your $2,500. We'll be right back.